Hey YouTube, it's Arwen from Tarot by Arwen, and today I want to do a review of the Japaridze, and I may be pronouncing that wrong, Tarot deck by USGames. It came out this year or last year, 2014, last year, and it's by Japaridze, who is a Parisian artist, and she took on the task of creating a 78 card tarot deck in her style. She's a surrealist. This deck is stunning in color. There are a couple of little changes she made in it. One I wasn't sure about at first. I've worked my mind around it. Sometimes I have to do that. This deck is, like I say, it's probably one of the prettiest decks I have. And I do think of it as an art deck. And when I say art deck, I mean that I have it for the artwork rather than for reading purposes. I can use it for meditation. It's a little in the way the illustrations are done. They tend to make my meditations go astray. So I don't use it as often. But I know people who read with this deck who just adore it. Let's look at the box first. It's got the newer type of box that USGames is doing, which I love. Hear that? Solid. Look at the design on this. They put so much thought into the way this looks. Gorgeous on the shelf. See? Different things on both sides. And look at that front. Right? It's gorgeous. It says, leading Parisian contemporary artist Japaridze. Pat, the Mage Witch, if you watch this, would you tell me how to say that correctly? He's French, y'all. Collage-style surrealistic paintings. And she changes the names of the suits, which I don't mind. I think it's kind of fun. So let's take a look. And again, I'll be showing you scans. Somebody asked me in a message how long it takes me to do one of these videos. The video portion is short, right? It's, if at the longest 30 minutes. I try to keep them under 20. Aussie queer. But then I have to scan all the cards. I have to upload the video. I have to put the cards in. Somebody, can't remember who told me, but somebody advised me that I had messed up on one of my scans. I put temperance in instead of death. Oops, sorry. But let's start with the Japaridze. Here is the Fool. I love the circus theme of this card. You see the unicyclist on the tightrope with a little dog. And there are ladders here that he or she can go up and down, but they're up here, and there's a trapeze if they want to go try something even riskier. The Magician. Now, the Magician, at first it kind of missed for me, but then I realized that they do have all the tools in here. It's just, it's a really unusual Magician. But you do have the four suits, and those are Wind, Fire, Tides, and Gardens. Now, this is the card where she went furthest astray from traditional tarot. And in the book, they talk about it a little bit. The person who wrote the book is actually a gallery owner, an art gallery owner in New York, who's very familiar with her work. And so his interpretations are very useful. Oh, the book. Did I not show you the book? Bad, Arwen. We'll come back to the difficult card next. This book, y'all. Well, look at that. And now you know my secret. I pull out any title cards and extra cards and put them in whatever the book is. But look, full color pictures, y'all. This is a collector's deck. It is a deck I really think, hello, that you should have in your collection if you're a collector. And if you're an art person, if you have an interest in art, I'm trying to make sure I didn't throw any of the cards on the floor. Oh well. It's very much a deck I think that you will love. It's gorgeous. Now here's the card where I think my first impression was, oh, I don't like it. And it was because she titled the Emperor War. Look how stark that is. Now, her views on this are that war is a masculine thing. Even as a feminist, I don't think I can buy fully into the idea of war is only male operated and controlled. We know that the Amazons warred on each other. We know that Catherine the Great, Elizabeth of England. So I'm not sure that war is particularly a male domain, but I do think our society as a whole sees it as male. So I can see where that's masculine, but it's about being a dominant personality. That's what she talked about this, or the author Steve talked about this. Steve Lucas, I believe is his name. Yes. So it works when you wrap your mind around it. Something else to note is that in each of the cards, you know, she says gouache and ink. I don't know if I'm saying the word right. Oil, gouache, and ink. Just gouache, ink and gouache. So she tells you what kind, and she tells you the size of the original card, the original image. Here's one that's acrylic and collage. So if you're an art person, I think that will really appeal to you. Strength is another one that kind of, I had to look at it at first, but then I thought, yeah, I like it. And what I like about it, let me tell you that in a minute, show you the card. I like that her hair and the lion's mane are blending. They're one. And her body line matches the lion's right there. They're diving together. This is an act of faith between them, I believe. Because when they land, you're going to have to deal with a lion. So strength used to be called fortitude. So it's strength of will, strength of character, strength of will. Death? Yeah. I love death. That swirling color, the flames coming out of the skull, the hint of the neck column down there. And then look there. You see that? That little tiny face going into the water like the birth canal. The devil. Very colorful. Look at that hand reaching. And see the industry in this? See all of the steam and the towers? I kind of see that as a nod to Dolly in a way with the clocks. But also the idea that our love of technology and society, the society we've built around technology, kind of overwhelms us sometimes. I'm big on that, man. I dive into my technology, and my husband has to yank me out by the heels sometimes so I can go do, you know, a couple things. The tower is just a chaotic, crazy mess. And I like it. There's so much going on in here. There's arms reaching for things. There's weapons of some type. There's falling body. Look at that. So a very, very nice tower. Lots of energy, lots of passion going on in that tower. The star is lovely. So calm and peaceful after that tower. You know, this is kind of the contemplation after the tower falls. Your quiet time, reset your goals, redecide what you really want out of life. The moon's a bit odd. Makes me kind of think of the Deviant Moon Tarot. And what I like about this moon, The eyeball, looking inward, looking into the black. Very introspective, very intuitive feeling to me. Now, it almost looks like it's underwater. I can't really tell there, but it's a very interesting moon. It's kind of a miss for me in terms of traditional moon, but in terms of interpretation and what it makes me go for, I like it. And last of the major arcana is the World. Again with the aquatic theme, and this is just a beautiful, beautiful color. And there are 4 companions in here. You just kind of have to look for them. I won't point them out. I'll let y'all find them. But it's a nice world. The colors, the intensity. It just makes me think of all the possibilities in the world when I see all those colors. Our aces, the Ace of Wands, she loves bats. Bats apparently are a thing for her. I'm recently from Austin, Texas, so bats are a thing for me as well. But that's her little bat, and I love that he's kind of coming out of that diamond as though he's fixing to take off on his day. Fire, wind is swords, fire is wands, and her fire card, ace, is pretty straightforward. Pretty much fire, burn, start, and all those tendrils going every which way. When that Ace of Fire hits, you don't know which way it's going to go. The Ace of Tides or Cups is similar to the Ace of Fire. It doesn't have the back and forth and all over the place, but there's up and down, and it's really ready to burst. It makes it look like a diamond. So I'm very fond of that imagery. And then the Ace of Gardens. Do you see all the birds in there? Flight, growth, movement in the suit of community. So I like birds in that energy. And now we're going to look at the 4 I picked out of the suits. I picked the 4 of Wands. The 4 of Swords is a card of rest and relaxation, but this is an interesting card because this person is accompanied by a bat, an owl, a stag. I think that's all, but look. Looks in a very meditative pose. That's our 4 of Wands, or Swords. Our 3 of Wands, the card of anticipation, the 3 of Fire. It's a hot air balloon. Nice for anticipation, because you really don't know where. The wind is going to take you, so you kind of have to go where you get blown. Enough. In the Tide or Cup suit, I picked out the darling Nine of Tides. And if this doesn't make you think of when you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. I can't sing and I don't remember the words, but I know the tune. Ha ha ha. But look, wishing on a star, that's a heart's desire card. It's getting what you want. And it's the card of Make-A-Wish, so it's perfect. It's actually one of the most simple cards in the entire deck. 8 of Coins, Pentacles, or Gardens. Is our card of the Scientist. Now, I really like this. Because this card for me is a hands-on card. It's making things happen. It's creating things. It's doing things. So that really works for me. Now let's look at our court cards. She's changed up 2 of the courts. Her page and knight are jester and stranger in that order. Stranger is an interesting designation for a knight, but when you think about it, the knights are traveling, so they're always going to new places. They're always being known as new. So it really does make sense in that expectation. Let's look at our jester, and a very traditional jester in a clown outfit with all sorts of gardeny things going on. I love the butterfly ball. Because it is about transformation and growth and trying new things out. And then we have our stranger of gardens. And the strangers are all very surrealistic, y'all. Surreal. Very... I'll just show you. So yeah, there's that. The Stranger of Gardens. The Queen of Gardens, yum-y. Did you notice her companions? The birds, the butterflies, that wonderful, it's actually 2 snakes, almost like a helix, like a caduceus in medicine. I just love her. And I love that this is a diverse deck. I love that we don't see all white faces. That's important to me. I may be white, but I prefer to see my world in full color. Thank you. And here is the King of Gardens. And I love his dress, his outfit. You'll notice that every one of these court cards and gardens has butterflies. And he's got fruit in his hand. And just a lovely deck all in all. It won't be for everybody. I understand that. As I said, I'm a collector. And some people only want to get decks they're going to actually work with. And I think that's good. But this deck is one you can work with, particularly if you're an artist and have an art mentality and like to see the world in different ways, I think. I am Arwen of Tarot by Arwen, and I invite you to join me on Facebook at Tarot by Arwen 1 with the number 1 behind it. I don't post there as much, but I love seeing you there. And thank you for watching my videos. I love your comments, and I try to at least like them all. It's getting to where I can't comment on everybody, but I'm trying. And I'm off to do some more videos for you. So, seek joy, y'all. Pass it on. I'm going to keep